Konrad Adenauer was one of the most important figures in the history of Germany and Europe in the 20th century. As the first Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, FRG, after the Second World War, he played a key role in rebuilding the country and reintegrating it into the international arena. Recognized for his strategic vision, Adenauer succeeded not only in restoring stability and dignity to Germany, but also in consolidating the values of democracy, peace, and European integration, becoming one of the main architects of modern Germany. He was born on the 5th of January 1876 in Cologne, in the German Empire. From a Catholic family, he grew up in a conservative environment. After completing his law degree, he began his political career, being elected to the Cologne City Council in 1906. With the fall of the German Empire and the creation of the Weimar Republic in 1918, Adenauer joined the Christian Democratic Union, CDU, a party with a conservative and Catholic orientation, and stood out as an influential figure. During the 1930s, he was elected mayor of Cologne. However, with the rise of the Nazi regime in 1933, he was removed from office and came under political persecution. He was imprisoned several times for his opposition to Hitler's regime, and although his resistance was discreet, it was clear that he never accepted the repression and loss of freedom imposed by the totalitarian regime. After Germany's defeat in the Second World War, the country was divided into 4 occupation zones, controlled by the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom and France. The city of Berlin, although located in Soviet territory, was also divided between the 4 powers. In 1948, the Western Allies introduced the Deutsche Mark, a new currency that replaced the devalued Reichsmark, with the aim of stabilizing the economy in their occupation zones. This measure was seen by the Soviet Union as a threat to its control, leading to the Berlin blockade. On the 24th of June 1948, the Soviet Union blocked all land access to West Berlin in an attempt to force the Western Allies to abandon the city. In response, the United States, the United Kingdom and France organized an air bridge that lasted until May 1949, guaranteeing the supply of food and essential goods to the population of West Berlin. This episode was one of the first confrontations of the Cold War and accelerated the division of Germany. In 1949, the separation of the country was formalized with the creation of 2 states, the Federal Republic of Germany, FRG, in the West, under Western influence, and the German Democratic Republic, GDR, in the East, under Soviet control. That same year, Adenauer was elected by the Bundestag, German federal parliament, as the first Chancellor of the newly created FRG. His leadership was decisive for the country's economic recovery and political stability. Under his rule, an economic policy based on the social market economy was implemented, which combined economic freedom with a strong social protection component. This model allowed West Germany to embark on a period of rapid economic growth, known as the Wirtschaftswunder, economic miracle. The introduction of the Deutsche Mark stabilized the economy, while favorable fiscal and monetary policies encouraged private investment. At the same time, Adenauer focused on rebuilding the infrastructure destroyed by the war and vocational training for the population, preparing the country for a prosperous future. He also ensured that West Germany benefited from the Marshall Plan, the United States economic aid program for Europe. This support made it possible to modernize industry, increase employment, and significantly improve living conditions. In foreign policy, Adenauer sought to integrate West Germany into the Western community. Aware of the importance of alliances for the country's security, he promoted rapprochement with the United States and its allies. In 1955, West Germany joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, establishing itself as a pillar of the Western Bloc. 2 years later, in 1957, it became one of the founding members of the European Economic Community, EEC, reinforcing its commitment to European integration. One of the most important milestones of his foreign policy was reconciliation with France, Germany's traditional enemy. Adenauer established a close relationship with French President Charles de Gaulle, and together they signed the Elysee Treaty in 1963, which sealed lasting political and military cooperation between the 2 countries. This treaty became an essential basis for future European integration. Despite his opposition to an understanding with East Germany under Soviet rule, Adenauer was the first FRG leader to initiate a policy of rapprochement with the Eastern Bloc, known as Ostpolitik. This policy, which would later be further developed by Willy Brandt, sought to reduce tensions with the countries of the East, opening the door to peaceful coexistence during the Cold War. Adenauer ruled until 1963, retiring from political life at the age of 87. During his 14 years in power, he made a decisive contribution to transforming West Germany into a prosperous, democratic, and stable nation. He died on the 19th of April 1967, leaving behind a remarkable legacy. He is widely recognized as the founding father of modern Germany, having helped the country rise from the ashes of war and establish itself as a respected power in the European and global context.